Throughout history, dictators have risen with promises of security, prosperity, or unity, but beneath the surface lay manipulation, fear, and control. Dictatorship thrives on silencing voices, centralizing power, and replacing service with domination. While it often starts with the language of protection, it always ends with suppression. Psychologically, dictatorship preys on three human vulnerabilities: fear of chaos, desire for strong leadership, and the illusion of stability. People may surrender freedom for the promise of order, only to find themselves trapped. Look at Adolf Hitler. Rising in a broken Germany, he exploited fear, despair, and wounded pride. His dictatorship brought destruction not only to his enemies, but to his own people. Contrast this with leaders of light like Nelson Mandela, who emerged from 27 years in prison without bitterness, declaring, "To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others." Where Hitler's dictatorship destroyed, Mandela's freedom-led leadership rebuilt. Dictatorship may appear efficient, but it is a fragile illusion. Ancient Rome learned this when Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon and declared himself dictator for life. The Republic collapsed, and Rome spiraled into centuries of imperial decline. Dictatorship delivers short-term control, but long-term instability. Light power leaders choose the harder, nobler path, leading not by fear, but by empowerment. Abraham Lincoln's leadership during America's Civil War exemplified this. Instead of consolidating control for himself, he worked to preserve democracy, declaring, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." What then is the light power antidote to dictatorship in today's world? First, empowering participation. Dictatorship thrives on silencing others. Light leadership creates space for every voice, recognizing that wisdom often comes from the ground up. Second, embracing humility in power. Dictators believe they are infallible. Leaders of light know they are accountable to those they serve. George Washington refused to become king after America's independence, setting a precedent of humility over dictatorship. Third, prioritizing justice over control. Dictators control people. Light leaders establish fair systems that outlive them. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminded himself, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Justice builds a legacy dictatorship cannot." Fourth, choosing influence over intimidation. Dictators rule by fear. Light leaders inspire through vision. Gandhi never commanded an army, yet his truth-led influence overthrew colonial power. His strength was not in force, but in moral authority. Finally, guarding against the seduction of control. Every leader faces the temptation to dictate, but light power demands resisting that urge, knowing that true greatness is not in how much power you can hold, but in how much freedom you can give. History gives us the verdict. Dictators are remembered with curses, but liberators are remembered with reverence. As John F. Kennedy declared, "The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened." The lesson is clear. Dictatorship may build empires of fear, but light power builds nations of freedom. True leadership is not about controlling others. It is about releasing their potential. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss more powerful lessons. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.